Is your dog basically a professional napper? Maybe they're curled up snoozing right now while you're watching this. Don't worry, you're not alone. Dogs sleep a lot. In fact, way more than most people realize. But here's the big question. Why do our furry friends spend so much of their lives asleep? Before we get into the reasons, let's quickly pull back the curtain on something fascinating. Your dog's sleep patterns are not the same as yours. And understanding how they sleep is the key to understanding why they sleep. Let's break it down. Dog versus human sleep patterns. Humans typically need 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night, and most of us get it in one long stretch. We shut down, recharge, and wake up ready for the day. Dogs, though, totally different story. They average 12 to 14 hours of sleep every day, but not in one big chunk. Instead, they take a series of short naps, anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes at a time, spread throughout the day. This type of rest is called a polyphasic sleep pattern. Science word unlocked. Basically, dogs are built to doze in little spurts instead of marathon stretches. That's why it sometimes feels like your dog is sleeping all the time. They kind of are, but that's perfectly normal. But not always. Sometimes excessive sleep can signal something else, something you might want to pay attention to. Let's go through the major factors that determine how much sleep your dog really needs. Age and developmental stage. Just like us, dogs' sleep needs change as they grow up. Puppies, 0 to 6 months. These little guys are basically babies, and babies sleep a lot. Puppies often clock up to 18 to 20 hours per day. That's because their bodies and brains are in overdrive. Learning commands, exploring the world, and developing coordination. Every nap is like a little download of everything they've experienced. Adolescence, 6 to 18 months. Still snoozy, but a little less. Around 12 to 16 hours per day is normal. Their bodies are still developing, but this stage is huge for training and memory. Rest helps their brains lock in all the lessons you're teaching them. Adults, 1 to 7 years. The average adult dog typically sleeps 12 to 14 hours per day. If you've got a high-energy working breed, they may be on the lower end. If you've got a couch potato, they'll be closer to the higher end. Seniors, 7+ years. Just like older humans, older dogs slow down. 14 to 18 hours of sleep per day is common. Their metabolism, joints, and overall energy levels decline, so more rest is natural. If your senior pup sleeps more than they used to, it's usually just age, not a red flag. Breed and size. Not all dogs are wired the same way when it comes to sleep. Breed plays a huge role. Large breeds, Mastiffs, Great Danes, St. Bernards. These gentle giants often need more rest simply because of their size. Their bodies work harder to carry that weight around, so they recharge by sleeping longer. Working and herding breeds, Border Collies, German Shepherds, Aussies. These dogs were bred for action. They tend to stay alert and need slightly less sleep because their instincts push them to always be on the move. Brachycephalic breeds, bulldogs, pugs, etc. With their short snouts and breathing difficulties, these breeds often fatigue more easily, leading to longer naps. If you've got one of these dogs, making sure they have good airflow and a comfy sleeping setup is extra important. Activity level and lifestyle. Here's where it gets interesting. Both active dogs and inactive dogs may sleep more. If you've got a high-energy dog who loves long hikes, park play sessions, or agility training, they'll snooze hard afterward to recover. Their bodies literally need that rest to repair muscles and recharge. But on the flip side, less active dogs often sleep excessively too. Why? Boredom. If your pup is left alone a lot or doesn't get enough stimulation, they may just nap out of habit. This is why mental enrichment is so important. Puzzle toys, training games, and even new smells during walks keep their brains busy and reduce boredom naps. Health issues and sleep disorders. And now, the part that deserves your full attention. Sometimes, excessive sleeping is a warning sign. If your dog seems to be snoozing way more than normal for their age, breed, and activity level, a few medical issues could be at play. Hypothyroidism. This can cause weight gain, sluggishness, and constant fatigue. Diabetes. Fluctuating blood sugar can lead to lethargy and excessive napping. Arthritis or joint pain. Especially in older dogs, sleep can be a way to avoid moving because it hurts. Anxiety or depression. Just like in humans, dogs can experience emotional struggles that make them sleep more. If you notice sudden changes in your dog's sleep, especially if they seem listless, stop playing, or lose interest in food, it's definitely time to check in with your vet. Diet and nutrition. You've heard the phrase, "you are what you eat." Well, the same goes for your dog. Their diet doesn't just affect their coat, weight, or overall health. It also plays a huge role in how much they sleep and how energetic they feel when they're awake. Think about it. If a dog is eating food that's too high in fillers, sugars, or low-quality ingredients, they're not getting the nutrients their body needs to fuel their daily activities. The result? A sluggish pup who spends more time napping than playing. It's a bit like when we eat fast food every day. We feel bloated, tired, and low energy. On the other hand, a diet that's well balanced with the right protein, fats, vitamins, and minerals can actually help regulate your dog's energy cycles. It means their body gets what it needs, so they rest deeply when it's time to rest, and are ready to go when it's time to play. Portion size matters too. If your dog eats too much in one sitting, that heavy meal can make them feel drowsy, kind of like a Thanksgiving food coma. Meanwhile, if they're not getting enough food, they may become lethargic simply because their body doesn't have the energy to stay active. Even the timing of meals makes a difference. Dogs thrive on routine, and feeding them at consistent times helps regulate their sleep schedule. Late-night meals, for example, can sometimes disrupt their rest. So, if your dog seems extra sleepy, it might be worth asking, are they getting the right food in the right amount at the right times? Nutrition and sleep are more closely linked than most people realize. Environment and daily routine. Now let's talk about something a lot of owners overlook: your dog's environment and daily routine. Believe it or not, where they live and how their day is structured can have a massive impact on their sleep habits. Dogs are creatures of habit. They find comfort in knowing when meals are coming, when walks will happen, and when it's time to rest. A consistent schedule helps regulate their sleep. If your dog's day is unpredictable, different feeding times, irregular walks, random bursts of noise or activity, it can leave them restless, napping at odd times, and ultimately sleeping more than they need to. Their physical environment matters too. Imagine trying to nap in a loud, bright, or chaotic room. It wouldn't be very restful, right? Dogs feel the same way. A busy household with constant noise, kids running around, or even a TV blaring in the background can prevent them from reaching deep, restorative sleep. As a result, they'll make up for it by taking more naps throughout the day. Temperature plays a role as well. Dogs often sleep more in hot weather because their bodies are working hard to stay cool, and they nap in cold weather to conserve energy. That's why you might notice your pup snoozing more during summer heat waves or winter chills. And let's not forget their sleeping spot. Some dogs have a designated nap zone, a bed in a quiet corner where they feel safe. Others sprawl out wherever the mood strikes. But the key is comfort. Hard floors, drafts, or places with too much foot traffic can lead to lighter, less restful naps. Giving your dog a cozy, quiet, and stable sleeping area can drastically improve the quality of their sleep, even if the quantity stays the same. So, if your dog seems to be snoozing all day, sometimes the solution isn't medical, it's environmental. A consistent routine, a peaceful sleep spot, and the right conditions can make all the difference.